Hello, welcome to Tiger Lilith Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Virgo placements. Hello, Virgos, Sun, Virgo dominant, Moon rising. If you just resonate with Virgo, cross watchers are welcome. We are going to be taking a look at your first quarter moon spread, first quarter to the full moon. So we're going to look at what is manifesting for you at that time, or at this time, the underlying energies, what might be challenging you. This is a time of action during this moon cycle, and usually with action, some challenges arise. So we'll look at what those challenges might be and how you can respond to the challenge. Let's see, Virgo, what you are manifesting at this time. So you have the Prince of Pentacles here. This is generally the Knight of Pentacles in a traditional tarot weight deck. Knight of Pentacles or Prince of Pentacles. You'll notice in this deck, he's actually the only prince that's on a horse that's not moving. So he is standing still here. I think the cups might not be moving either, but I know the wands and swords are. But this guy's standing still, and what it's supposed to represent here, the Prince of Pentacles is the slowest moving prince, but he is the most thoughtful and deliberately moving. So I feel like you're directing your energy towards thoughtful, practical moves forward. I'm getting the word practical on this card. It can say it's time to get moving and put ideas into action, but I think what you're doing right now, like the plans and ideas you're manifesting are just more thoughtful and are going to lead to more practical and like determined movement forward. And let's see, the underlying energies around this Prince of Pentacles is the Four of Swords. So I feel like, the Four of Swords is about retreat, right? Pulling away to get a different perspective. And maybe that is something, I don't know what might have happened, right? Because what comes right before the Four of Swords is the Three of Swords, which is usually heartbreak, and then healing from that heartbreak, finding forgiveness. So after heartbreak, right, we can tend to want to retreat, get a new perspective on things. So you're healing from something, so pulled away to get a new perspective, and it's like this new perspective is creating more thoughtful, determined, and practical energy and responses to things. Maybe you were in a situation before that was not very practical and it led to heartbreak, and that's why you're pulling back and kind of recalibrating, right? The Four of Fours are about, they're about finding that balance and stability and pulling back so you can find that again. You might be spending time in nature too, getting out more. So let's see here. What is challenging you at this time? We have the Two of Cups. Okay, so peace, love, harmony. You're finding these things challenging. You might just find it challenging right now to connect with someone else in a loving, peaceful, harmonious way. The Two of Cups can be imply a romantic love, but it doesn't necessarily have to. And I'm not feeling that so much here. We'll see when we clarify, Virgo, but I just feel more like you're having a hard time. Like you're finding it challenging to find peaceful, harmonious connections with other people. The Two of Cups can also be about trying new things in relationships. If you'll notice on this Two of Cups, he's all in green, she's in purple with a red sash. It's meant to symbolize that they are different, right? Visually, you can see they are very different. She has this long red hair, he has dark, shorter hair. Coloring, like what they are wearing, is very starkly different in color. And so it can represent trying something new in relationships, or just trying new ways to connect. And that might be challenging for you right now. Okay, how can you respond to the challenges, or the challenge? Ten of Swords. Okay. I feel like, okay, maybe accept that something has ended. Something went around in a cycle over and over again. And it's the Ten of Swords is, to me, saying here, acknowledge that it's done. How can you respond to the challenge of trying to find harmony and peace? Acknowledging that something that caused you great mental stress and anxiety and sleepless nights and not feeling supported, something that left you feeling, excuse me, out in the cold, Virgo. It's done. And the Ten of Swords is like acknowledging that it's done. Because the Ten of Swords in its more extreme sense can be falling into victim mentality and the woe is me kind of energy. So I feel like how to best respond to this challenge is not to fall into victim mentality, but just to accept that it's over and complete. Whatever this mental anguish, whatever situation it was, is done. And you can lay down your swords, right? Laying down the battle, if you will, laying down your boundaries will help you find this harmonious, peaceful connection or connections. What is the best way to move towards your goal? Okay, yeah, I like this. The King of Swords, mental clarity. See, the Prince of Pentacles, I feel like this really is what you're manifesting too. The Prince of Pentacles is this nice, slow and steady wins the race kind of energy, thoughtful movement. And the King of Pentacles, how to move towards your goals with a really just direct communication and mental clarity. His sword is cutting through these clouds, right? No confusion. And just kind of looking things like this king, he's looking at things he's questioning, right? He's not sitting here in acceptance. He is questioning. He is going to use his discernment and judgment to make the right decisions. So the best way to move towards your goals, I almost feel like it's saying too, to be kind of selfish and to think about what's going to be best for you. What is going to bring you mental clarity so that you feel confident enough to question things and to be discerning and to use your judgment and to trust your own judgment as well. The Moon Magic and Wisdom card, or the overall guidance card, is the Ace of Cups. So connecting to your higher power, whatever that is for you. This is just kind of like being very connected to, in Druid Tarot, which is what these cards are. It's like the Holy Grail, right? But if water is flowing and there's a never-ending source, this cup is going to continue to keep overflowing because it can fill up from everything that's around it. So I feel like what this is saying, it's about filling up your own cup, if you will, with and doing that like through self-love, through connecting to yourself in a positive way, and looking at yourself in a loving way so that you can look at others in a loving way as well, right? Because the Ace of Cups, once you realize that there is an abundant source of love available to you at all times from the universe, then you won't be afraid. Two of Cups, right, which comes after the Ace of Cups, then it won't be a challenge to give that love to someone else in a peaceful, harmonious way, because you will trust and know that your love is not going anywhere. Giving your love, it's like giving your love to someone else isn't going to make the love that you have go down. It's always your level never has to decrease, because there is an abundant amount of energy and love available to you. I hope that makes sense, Virgo. I don't know if that was very confusing or not. I think it might have been. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. What are you manifesting at this time? Let's clarify the Prince of Pentacles, shall we? Prince of Pentacles here. Oh, okay, that jumped out. The Moon. Okay. Prince of Pentacles with the Moon. What are you manifesting at this time? The moon can be understanding the ebbs and flows of the universe, understanding that there is a natural cycle to things. And this is about trusting in your dreams and intuition as well, rather than your logical thought. So I think what this is saying here, where you're directing your energy, not only are you this kind of pulling back, this Four of Swords energy, taking a mental retreat, if you will, is going to really help you to tap into your intuition and listen to those messages that come from inside of yourself, that are already there, knowledge that you already have in your bones, right? It already exists inside of you. And that too is going to help you move forward, Prince of Pentacles, in that nice, slow, thoughtful way. So let's see. Four of Swords. Let's clarify. Okay. 2 cards jumped out with the Four of Swords, so we'll go ahead and take both of them. Interesting. They're sequential. 0, the Fool, and 1, the Magician, or the Creatrix in this deck. So that's clarifying your underlying energies. Wow, Virgo, pretty powerful right now is what I would say there. The Fool is taking that leap of faith, trusting, again, trust in the knowledge, the universe, that it will catch you if you fall. The Fool is not afraid to, in this deck in particular, what I notice is there are heads, or in this deck, in this card, right? There's heads down here, and the Fool is stepping on them. I feel like what this particular Fool is saying is to not worry about not only what's in your mind, but what's in other people's minds. Don't worry about pleasing other people. Don't worry about what other people are thinking or saying. Take the leap of faith. Take a naive leap of faith. Be foolish, right? That's what the Fool is saying, because it's not being foolish if you're trusting that the universe is going to provide the next step. And the Fool trusts that completely. With his own intuition, he knows. And the Magician is just manifesting, taking all the tools that you have and manifesting something, creating what you want to create. Like I said, the King of Swords, I really get this like focus on you energy. All right, let's see. The Two of Cups. What is challenging you right now, Virgo? Okay. Yeah, the Magician is also Mercury energy, which is your ruling planet. Wow. Okay. And so what is challenging you? The Empress comes out to clarify the Two of Cups. The Empress, especially in this deck, I love this card. It's like she has a like blanket or robe of clouds on her, if you will, surrounded by the universe. The Empress is standing in her power because she knows that the universe is abundant and will always provide her with what she needs. So she isn't afraid to give her love freely, to nurture, to provide. This is a very fertile energy. It's creative, right? Because the Empress knows that she's always going to have this availability of energy and to nurture and to provide, because she can create it herself as well. So what's challenging you is trusting that you are connected enough to the universe to not only provide for yourself more than sufficiently, but in a really beautiful, loving way, and to provide for others. You have that in you, Virgo, but you're not trusting that you do. And that you're feel like you're not trusting your connection to the universe. I think that's changing here with the moon. I think you're manifesting it, but there was a lack of trust in it previously with all of these cards coming out telling you to tune back in, right? Okay, let's see. How can you respond to these challenges? Ooh, okay, the Ten of Swords is clarified by the Tower. Let things fall. Let things crumble. The Tower is a moment that it can be a fall from grace, right? The Tower is a sudden experience. It's going to come out of nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere, and it shakes loose and destroys illusions of security. Okay? It's not that there isn't any security, but once the tower does what it does and shakes everything up, what's left in the remains, that's the security. That's what you can feel secure in, because it remained. It lived through the shake and the storm and the lightning bolt, and it lived through being ripped, right? It almost, to me, looks like something is going through this person and kind of ripping her apart. But what remains from this is what was meant to remain, because it's what survived. And that's what you can rely on. That's what you can trust. And that's what you can find comfort in. So how can you respond to the challenges? Again, Ten of Swords, acknowledge the ending of something and let that acknowledgement shake your foundation. And look at what falls out and look at what remains once it falls. And what's still there, those are the people in your life, the situations in life, the items in your life, whatever it may be. That's what you can rely on. Okay. What is the best way to move towards your goal? King of Swords, clarified by the Knight of Wands. Be spontaneous, be impulsive, have fun. The Knight of Wands has a great time. He is the romancer of the deck, especially in this deck. It's really funny to me how they describe the Knight of Wands as this kind of, I don't know, just really overly charming. But I feel like that's what it's saying right now. The King of Swords, stand in your power and have some fun. Be spontaneous. Don't be afraid to make a love offer, or 2 or 3, or to accept a love offer, or just a good time. It's not necessarily a love offer. Knight of Wands could be just saying, like, go on don't be afraid to accept someone. Don't be afraid to say yes to someone asking you on a date. I feel like the Knight of Wands is saying, yeah, just kind of don't be afraid to say yes here. Take some chances, take some risks. The King of Swords, you are mentally clear. Prince of Pentacles, right? You have thoughtful movement forward. You trust yourself here. Oh, how nice. Okay, the Ace of Cups is clarified by the Hermit, your card. So the guiding energy of this whole spread is you. That's what I was saying. Concentrate on you. Like, really concentrate on yourself. The Hermit energy is inward facing. If you look at this card, she is looking at a reflection of herself, right? She's looking inside of herself. And we have on this card too, she has, almost looks like the twigs, right, grew almost through her and are coming out the top. So it's like taking knowledge that you already have, established knowledge, letting it flow through you, learning from it, and then taking it to the next level, right? Ascending with it. Learning, finding that love inside of yourself. I feel like if you deep soul searching, and what the Hermit really represents is that deep soul searching, that going very deep inside of yourself, retreat, is to find that connection again, like to the source of love. And nature, I think, would just be a really great thing for you right now, Virgo. A lot of major arcana here, but I really hoped this helped. If this resonated with you guys, please like, subscribe, let me know in the comments, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.